Hello and welcome to the first of our CPD sessions for this set of resources. This session will introduce the first resource which is now available for download. This one is about life under extreme conditions and will act as a jumping off point for the other resources which will be released in coming weeks. Many of the following resources will examine how their subject matter affects the potential habitability of Mars. As such, this is a good place to start. If you have not yet looked through the topics resource pack, we would recommend that you do so before continuing with this video. The link is available in the description. Now that we have all thoroughly examined the material, let's go through the resources for this session. The basic outline of all of these resource packs can be found within the teacher guide for each. However, we would like to stress that these were not written with the intent of being read verbatim. So feel free to be creative with the material, adapting it to your own unique teaching style, and of course have fun with it. All the information you need is within the teacher notes, but there's far more available online about each of the topics if you do wish to supplement the material. As this is quite a complicated subject for the age group at which these resources are targeted, we begin by clearing up any misconceptions of terminology due to the colloquial use of words. This is then reinforced by providing examples of extreme environments. It's important that when teaching this material, we know what challenges will be faced by life before moving on to cellular biology. However, as soon as all of the class is on the same page with this, it is then time to discuss the prominent elements of cell structure. This is then focused in to specify on the cell membrane. This is the part of the cell which has been observed in having the greatest influence of survivability within the environments that we'll be discussing in later lessons. In our first video, we have a short demonstration to illustrate semi-permeability by utilising a woven cloth over a jar of water. At this point, we arrive at a chance to get the pupils to really get their brains engaged. We now have them discussing in groups whether they believe, from what they know of Mars, whether or not the red planet would be habitable. We then move on to a video which shows an experiment on eggs, which have had their shells chemically removed in order to act as an analogue for a simple cell. We now have a second group discussion activity, providing the students with an opportunity to discuss the experiment they just saw. And then on to a third group discussion, to see if their perspective on Martian habitability has changed. Lastly, we close out with a few questions linking back to the session in order to reinforce the subjects taught. Join us next time for our session on the resource pack for Lesson 2, The History of Mars.